Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me again, and welcome to a new dragging video. So today, without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. Today we're going to be talking about a bunch of different boutiques from different brands and houses. Some of these dragging reviews are super long, so sometimes I'll just summarize them. Let's start off here in San Francisco, California in America at the Big H store, the flagship store. Not a positive experience. The store itself is delightful, very beautiful, exactly what you would picture. Unfortunately, the essays that were present seemed to make a flash decision that my friend and I didn't belong, likely due to our walking clothes. It doesn't matter how gorgeous the product is. If you feel like dirt when you walk through the door, you should go somewhere else, which we did. Okay, so I think there are a few things here. Some of you who shop at the store have told me that the culture of clothing in San Francisco is very chilled out, it's very relaxed. You know, people rock up to the boutique in hoodies and sweatshirts. I think that's fine, obviously, because of like, you have a lot of tech companies in San Francisco and in Silicon Valley and so on and so forth, and that's absolutely fine. But I think at the end of the day, if they don't know you and you turn up there looking like super casual, I do think that there are some essays who are like, well, you know what, I don't actually know this person, we don't really know them, so let's just, keep it moving. And that's obviously very unfortunate. I'm not saying it's right, I'm not necessarily saying, that I think it's right or that I agree with it, but I do see how this can happen, definitely for people who are just like, passing through and then end up getting dragged, whereas people who have a relationship, it obviously doesn't really matter like the way the person's dressed because they have a shopping relationship, i.e. money, that is going into the store. The next one is also from the San Francisco boutique. I scheduled an appointment, and since this is my first time visiting a Big H store since our local store closed in 2017, the SA was not interested to know me or show me anything. She was cold and impersonal. When I asked about building a relationship, she actually recommended me to do that with a store closer to me, even without asking if I traveled to San Francisco or not. When I asked about a certain bag, she straight out said, the bag will be reserved for people who have been with customers with the boutique for longer. Since she didn't have any interest in my money, I went to Cartier next door, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I think there are a few things here that I wanted to chat about when it pertains to this story. This is another really good example, I think, of what happens when people again are like trying to go to the boutique and stuff and trying to start afresh with like a new shopping relationship. Remember, money, especially at boutiques like Big H, because this person is like going to the boutique and asking questions. Of course, from the review we don't know if the individual purchased any items, but I do feel like it's kind of strange going into a store and kind of asking the SA a lot of questions if you're not actively shopping while you're talking to the person. I think it's very natural to be shopping, being like, hey, I want to buy this, or I want to buy that, oh, can I try this? Okay, cool, I'll buy this, I'll buy this, I'll buy this. But I think if you go in there, you're like, my local Big H store closed down, can I start a relationship here? Well, the way to start a relationship at Big H is to buy things. We know that. Every single person who shops at this brand knows that. Even the Pegasus unicorns who claim it's about a relationship and the SA liking you and being friends with the SA need to buy things. A person is not your friend. They're there to make money. So I don't really see the point of you asking, how can I build a relationship here? You start by buying things and shop and buy things in your appointment. I think I can see how that would irritate an SA, you asking that and you're not actively making a point to buy. Speculating here because the person didn't necessarily mention that they didn't buy anything, but I can definitely make that assumption from the review. And then also I think that the SA was frustrated and the SA was like, oh, this is for people who have relationships with the store, and obviously the person said a certain bag, so we know what that means. It's a Birkin or Kelly. So, sometimes I feel like in these dragging reviews, people set themselves up for pain and then are shocked that they get dragged. The next one is the Cartier boutique in New Bond Street in London. This is absolutely appalling service from the doorman to the SA. One was more rude than the other. They talk to you as if you're a second category citizen. When they let you inside the store, they make you wait forever with no update on when you'll be seen or seated. You as a customer need to go and consistently check with the clerk at the entrance on someone who will assist you. You can spend up to 40 minutes just standing there not being helped, not even being offered a seat or a glass of water. I wanted to try on 2 very expensive rings to choose between. I've been told to take off my wedding ring. so I don't touch the ring to try it on. Then I'd been given a lesson about how precious the 18 karat gold is, as if it's the first time I've ever had jewelry from 18 karat gold. I told the SA that if their ring scratches the minute that you try it on, maybe they should get better quality gold. Terrible attitude and absolute lack of professionalism. This boutique, this Cartier boutique, the New Bond Street flagship in London in the UK, gets a lot of skull dragging reviews. And I think that this is, again, one of those things where it's like, we don't know how this person was dressed. We know that at specific super touristy locations, they do make those kind of judgments based on the way you're dressed. Obviously, the person said they're really expensive. We don't know how much they cost. Again, expensive is relative. We could sit here and moan all day long. You know how people are. People love to moan about this stuff, like, oh, well, it's expensive to me. The person was dragged and the person wasn't helped. It's not right, it's not okay, but at a location like this, there are people who come in and spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of pounds at the New Bond Street location. So like, if you're coming in there, maybe you want to compare because you want to see which one you're going to buy, but you don't know if you're going to buy today. Again, we don't know. Is the person coming in to buy today? I don't know. If you're going in there to look, I can see how that would be irritating, honestly. The next one is the same location, New Bond Street in London in the UK. I went on a Wednesday afternoon with my wife, looking forward to buying a piece we'd wanted for years. Another couple entered the store in front of us and the door shut. I looked at the doorman, expecting him to open the door. He then made a two-handed calming gesture. I'm guessing that it's this, when someone does this, like, calm down like that. He did not make eye contact, then just ignored us while we stood at the door. Having waited for an uncomfortable amount of time, we felt humiliated, we walked away. At no point was there an explanation attempted. I don't appreciate being gestured to like a domestic animal. I guess it was to manage the number of clients inside, but the store seemed pretty empty. What a shame, it will not be back. Again, this is one of those really unfortunate experiences. And in my experience, sometimes like security guards can be a little bit over the top. I do think it's wrong for the security guard to be like, the customer's coming, you are the security guard / doorman, your job is to open the door for clients. We know this, all luxury stores, all of the luxury girls have doorman security who are opening who are essentially opening like doors for clients. It's not far-fetched to want the person to open the door for you. So for the doorman to be like, oh no, just like calm down, or just wait, or maybe the person did this like 2 seconds, or whatever, a two-handed calming gesture to me is giving when someone does this to you, like, oh, can you hang on, or can you stop, or just wait a second, I'm going to open the door. I have to say, I'm with the customers on this. You are the security guard / doorman. Your job is to open the door. There are security doormen at all of the top tier major luxury brands that we all follow. They have security who open doors for customers. That is their job, is to, obviously secure the store, but also open the door for clients. It is not far-fetched for the clients in this review to expect you to open the door. Sometimes I feel like luxury brands do this to be annoying and to make people tired and irritated and angry. And sometimes I feel like they do it to get rid of people who are window shopping, like to frustrate you before you've even entered the store, just in case you're a window shopper, so they don't have to deal with you. Okay, the next one is from the Cartier Rue de la Paix in Paris. This place is elitist and snobby, and you're expected to dress wealthy in order to be allowed to enter. We were turned away as we were on holiday and didn't dress up. Security looked at us and said the store is closed when it was clearly open with clients inside. I hope this place goes viral for bad treatment. Okay, it didn't. It didn't, because I've never heard anyone dragging the Rue de la Paix, a flagship for Cartier, in Paris, in France. Okay, a few things. First of all, we've been through this. I don't know how many times I have to tell you. I don't know how many times I have to say Mattel. Okay, I have to say Big Barbie. Okay, I have to say Bratz. I don't know how many times we have to talk about this. but the girls got to go to some of these flagships where they're people who are super, super, super well dressed, particularly tourist locations. Again, please don't Pegasus unicorn us. We don't care here. We're not talking about you turning up at your local store where you're known and you can turn up looking a mess and no one cares. We're talking about tourist locations like this that have a lot of tourist traffic. I do think if you're badly dressed or you look sloppy, it is easier for them to ignore you because they're just like, particularly somewhere like Paris. A casual Parisian look is like really, really well dressed in other markets and in other cultures. I've seen people discuss this, like, what's a casual European look? A casual European look still looks very snatched, honey, very pulled together, and doesn't look casual by other people's standards, if you ask me. So I think if you turn up, person said that they turned up in their holiday clothes, they didn't dress up. The security guard said that they were full. The security guard, what probably happened here? It was probably happening towards closing time. You know how it is in Paris, and if you turn up 30 minutes before the store is closing, they will tell you the store is closed. If the boutique is closing at 8 p.m. and you turn up at 7:30, it's closed. They are really, really strict about leaving on time. I'm wondering if this has to do with French labor laws, perhaps, and issues about employees not being able to stay over the time that the store is closed because of overtime and so on and so forth. I don't know. It might have to do with that. I don't know. But they are very strict about this stuff. I'm willing to bet that this happened as the store was getting ready to close, and perhaps the security guard was like, well, they also look a hot mess. They're not going to buy anything. Now, yes, you're going to have people coming in here and saying, well, a lot of us want to be casual and stuff like that. That's cool to do it in your country, looking like a Cabbage Patch Doll, honey, looking like Raggedy Ann. That's fine if that's appropriate, in other places. But you are in Paris. You know the situation in Paris. The situation in Paris, London, Amsterdam, Milan, honey, okay, Geneva. People look snatched. Even a casual look in any of those cities. Madrid, Barcelona, honey, okay, Lisbon. Even a casual day in any of those cities, people look really snatched and look really pulled together. Would it have hurt to just, just look a little bit more polished to go to the boutique, and it's kind of like part of the experience? I just don't get the whole, I'm on holiday, I look a mess thing. I don't understand. I genuinely don't understand it. You got dragged. I don't feel sorry for them. Put some effort into your appearance. Putting effort into your appearance shows that you care about how you present to other people, but also it shows respect for other people and society. Put some effort into the way you look so you don't get dragged at the Cartier flagship in Paris, France. The final dragging story is from the Cartier boutique that we just talked about, the Rue de la Paix in Paris, France. The employees who welcomed me into Cartier had offered to bring me an espresso and sit down in a room were nice and wonderful. Unfortunately, that's where the professionalism ended. They're not essays. Those are like the greeters, right? I'm not a wealthy person, and I do not wear / own luxury items, so I was excited about visiting this Cartier store and buying my first piece of luxury jewelry as I've been saving up some money to buy a love wedding band for my 5-year wedding anniversary. When the salesperson greeted me, they were cold, unkind, and clearly I wasn't up to their normal client standard. They were rude, and they were rude during the entire exchange, even insinuating that maybe I shouldn't purchase the ring because it was too much. They made me incredibly uncomfortable, and at one point I thought about getting up and leaving. It shouldn't matter if you come in with $1,000 or $100,000 to spend. You expect to be treated with the same kindness and respect. Well, yes and no. We'll talk about that in a minute. My ring is beautiful, but I'm extremely disappointed with Cartier's customer service. Okay, I think there are a few things here. And again, just kind of at the risk of sounding like a broken record, those of you who support me, please forgive me if I sound like a broken record. But at a certain point, you need to kind of understand that this is a business that is based on making a ton of money. This location is the flagship Cartier boutique. Like, this is the mothership boutique for big Cartier, like, in the whole world. Like, this is like their Louis Vuitton Champs-Elysees. This is like their Faubourg, okay? This store has a lot of like historic significance for Cartier. If you're a Cartier person, you know what this store means in the history of Cartier. It means a lot to the brand. So they must have insane targets to hit. I'm willing to just speculate and guess. I don't have any insider intel. I'm willing to bet money that the target for this location is more than €1 million a day. I'm willing to put money for the target for this. Now, that's not to say that the person who comes in to buy like a love ring, that's like the wedding band, which I think in Europe is like what, €1,000, €1,200, and then obviously this person's a tourist, so they'll get the VAT back. You know, I don't know. This is just one of those things where it's like I went there and I bought the normal love ring, which was like €2,000, the larger one, not the love band. I'm gonna have to check the prices. I might drop the prices in the comment section below. But I think that the love wedding band is like €1,000. Maybe in Europe it's under €1,500 for sure in Europe. I'm willing to put money on that. So, you know, it's not like you're buying something super extravagant. And that's not to say that her money isn't worth it. Like I said, I bought the love ring, that was just €2,000. That's not like, it didn't have diamonds in it. It's not a super expensive purchase. And even in my experience, which I've talked about many times on here on my channel, she was very like, she really wanted to make sure that I was buying that ring before she showed me the more expensive pieces and pieces which she would have to go and make an effort to go bring. Like, she didn't want to bring everything for me to look at. She wanted the confirmation I was buying something before she showed me other pieces. So I'm wondering if, like, also once the SA heard that the customer was only buying the love wedding band, which is like I said, under €1,500. There's no way it's more than that. I'm gonna have to check the prices and drop them in the comments below. Maybe once the SA heard that, the SA was like, you know. But at the same time, I also kind of feel like jewelry SAs need to understand that there are people who are just coming to the store to buy one thing and they'll never come again. Like this individual here has said that they were saving for many, many years. Individuals also said they're not a wealthy person and don't wear luxury items. I think if you're someone who doesn't wear luxury items and you had one bad experience, like the brand doesn't really care because they're not going to come back. You're not going to come back because the person said that they're not wealthy and they don't really wear luxury items. So you're probably not going to come back to the store. Please don't be mad, you guys. I'm just kind of seeing it from the business's point of view. So it's kind of like, okay, well, this person just wanted to buy a wedding band. I want to go and sell Juste Include bracelets that have diamonds in it. I want to sell the Pave Juste Include ring, which is like 6,000 plus euros and some change. I want to go sell, you know, a Cartier tank watch, which is like 3,000 euros and so on and so forth. I want to go sell a Cartier Panther gold watch, which is like more than 20K. So the essay is probably just, okay, I just want to like sell this so I can move on and go find people who want to spend more money. Well, at the end of the day, it's the person's job. But at the same time, I think that some of these essays who work at flagships need to understand that for some people, coming to the flagship means a lot to that person. They're so excited. So it wouldn't hurt them to be like, okay, let me put in a little bit of effort for this person who's coming to the flagship because it means a lot to that person. You know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like with these essays, because they have such huge targets, sometimes they can forget that. And I can see how that can be stressful, particularly if the targets are very, very high. So what do you guys think about that final dragging story? Honestly, I see both sides. I'm still the kind of person where if I know I'm going in to buy something small, I don't expect them to roll out the red carpet for me because I'm buying one small thing. But then I really like luxury brands. I really enjoy luxury shopping and I love going to boutiques. So for me, it doesn't, that interaction wouldn't offend me. I would understand that she just wants to sell so that she can move on and go sell other things. But I can see how the customer's feelings were hurt. In general, I'm gonna need the girls to dress properly when you go to these stores to stop getting dragged. Because at this point, you're asking to be skull dragged if you look a hot mess. Like the dragging story from San Francisco in America, you turn up to the store looking a mess and then you're surprised that you haven't, you know, been dragged. I think there was another dragging story from today. Yes, of course, the one from Cartier, the Rue de la Paix in Paris, France. You know, tourists turning up looking a hot mess, getting skull dragged, and then being surprised at your skull drag. Like, why are you surprised? You look a mess. It's, you know, we want you to give Mattel, honey. We want you to give Bratz doll, okay? This Raggedy Ann stuff, like, you know, it's just a mess. It's just a mess, and I need everyone to kind of get it together. So I'd love to know what you think about this one. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. I think I posted this on my Instagram, but my husband was like, "Oh my god, the dragging like series is like more than 50 episodes. I think this is the 61st video. There's a playlist that you can go watch, and also subscribe to the channel, hit notifications. Sign up for the newsletter, you guys. Those of you who signed up to the newsletter, I will be sending the newsletter on time on Friday. I didn't send one last week because I was just really busy with childcare, and also I think in a few weeks I'll be kind of slowly easing myself back into doing like little minimal work, but I will definitely send the newsletter on Friday. So please subscribe to the channel, hit notifications, and make sure that you join the newsletter. I can't wait to see you guys in the newsletter, because the newsletter is just, I'm so passionate, I'm so excited about it. So I would love to see you guys there as well. And obviously follow me on Instagram, Haya Glams on Lux, and follow me on TikTok, same handle as well. And all of my information is linked below. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me what you think about everything. God bless you guys, and I'll see you very soon in my next video.